7-4.
Here comes those late inning drama.
Here on Vibes TV, it's Vibes and Rockies in game 94 of the 2022 season. Hello and welcome into UC Health Park. I'm Tyler Petersen. We have a special game for you. It's a little bit wet today, but we're expecting a pretty good crowd nonetheless. The Vibes and the Rockies, well, if you saw how last night's game ended, it'll be sort of indicative about how today's game will go. The Rockies will throw one of their catchers, Jonah Durant, as the starting pitcher. And the Vibes have signed a new player. Player in quotes. It's our assistant general manager, Aaron Griffith, who will make his first professional start, let's say, his first game since junior year of high school. He will pitch and start for the Vibes today as a marketing player. It's something the Rockies did a few days ago with one of their in-stadium hosts, a gentleman who plays tennis at Colorado Mesa University. He batted and played left field. So Aaron is going to go out there and pitch today for the Vibes, so we'll see how he does. Like I said, this is game 94 of 94. We've been with you all season. We are very glad to have you here for the final game as well. So we're going to take a break. We'll get to the lineups, the first pitch, and the rest of what tonight has in store. As I look down to the bullpen and see Aaron warming up, he is ready to go. So we'll take a break. We're going to have fun today. I hope you will as well. You're watching Vibes Baseball on Vibes TV. Don't go anywhere.
No, you're good, sir. Thank you to all of our proud partners and friends of our first business here at UC Health Park. First Community Financial Services has been helping military families with their financial lives squared away since 1958. They are ready to serve your family too. You can call them for a complimentary financial review anytime at 719-465-5555. If you would like to be one of our military families of the game, please stop by the business center and give them your contact information.
We are personal financial coaches serving the nation's military families. Since our founding in 1958, we remain committed to supporting the lifelong financial security of the men and women who serve our country. We coach our clients to get financially stronger on the start of their military careers through retirement and beyond. In times of tragedy and in times of joy.
Welcome back to Vibes Baseball on Vibes TV. We're getting the lineup cards exchanged at home plate. I can't quite tell who's down there. Looks like Presley and Dan from our coaches, or from our clubhouse. Chris Jones from the Vibes, our president. Everybody's down there, and looks like perhaps that's Joe Johnson and another coach from the Rockies. Anyway, this is how both teams line up tonight. First, for the Rockies, led by Bobby Jenks, it'll be Damon Maynard, the catcher, leading it off. Casey Petersen, the DH, batting second. Colin Gordon will play short and bat third. Joe Johnson, the first baseman, bats fourth. Galen Young, who's more of a setup man than a position player, but he'll be in there at third base. Alex Nielsen, who pitched last night, will be at second base. Jordan Fitzpatrick, the left fielder, bats seventh. And Jacob Cruz, last night he was in right field. He's in right field once again. He'll bat eighth. Nico Popa in center. He will bat ninth. We've also seen Popa pitch in this series. On the mound will be a catcher, Jonah Durand. As for the Vibes, led by Joe Mikulik, but the lineup card written out by Aaron Griffith, it'll be Andrew Hansen in left field batting first. Batting second will be Joe Encarnacion at third base. Ulysses Cantu at second base. Mike Anone at first. Alon Garcia in center. Nick Michaels at short. Batting seventh will be Seth Davis, the DH. Josh Glenn, the catcher, bats eighth. And Ulysses Nunez, the right fielder. He will bat ninth. It's the last game of the season. One team is already set to host a playoff game on Monday. The other is out of the playoffs and just having a bit of fun today. So we're excited to have a good game. And in just a moment, we will send it down to Cliff Cage, who is on the field, and will announce tonight's lineup. A little bit wet today, but we will play baseball. Let's send it down to the field.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to UC Health Park. For the last time this season, it's game time! Let's meet your Rocky Mountain 5 starting lineup. Number 18, left field, Andrew Hansen. Number 7, third base, Joe Encarnacion. Number 28, second base, Ulysses Cantu. Number 27, first base, Mike Unknown. Number 10, center field, Alon Garcia. Number 35, your shortstop, Nick Michaels. Number 38, your designated hitter, Seth Davis. Number 44, your catcher, Josh Glenn. Number 27, right field, Ulysses Nunez. And your starting pitcher tonight, number 39, he might look familiar if you talked on the phone with him. He goes by Aaron Griffith.
There he is. He puts the AG and AGM, Aaron Griffith, out on the mound, starting tonight. We'll now send it back down to the field where Bluegrass Tenderfoot will have tonight's playing of the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming in the rocket's red glare. The bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
A wonderful national anthem on our final Saturday of the season. We're so glad you can join us on what is going to be a fun night of baseball. It is certainly going to be interesting. Aaron Griffith, our assistant general manager, is on the mound as a marketing player today. Every team gets one throughout the season. And it could be someone like, an old retired baseball player. It can be a team employee. We saw the MC for the Missoula Paddleheads, Sammy B, play. We saw the MC for the Rockies play. I don't know the gentleman's name. But tonight it's Aaron warming up on the mound. And not a good first warm-up pitch for Aaron. But here we go. It's a little wet out there. But before we get started, we need to hear a special 2 magic words from 3 youngsters.
Officially started.
Play ball!
There's play ball. And as an extra special treat, joining me in the booth for this first inning, I never have first inning guests, except now. It's M. Pruitt, who is Aaron's girlfriend and former Rocky Mountain Vibes employee. How's it going, Em?
Good. How are you?
I am doing really well. Well, when Aaron told me about this, I thought, well, we've got to have Em in the booth. What do you think? Let's see. When he came home last night and told you about this, what was your just knee-jerk reaction?
That he needs to start stretching.
Aaron?
No, I think Aaron's very excited. I'm excited to watch him. I haven't watched him play baseball since we were 15 in Thornton, Colorado in high school. So it's a little blast from the past for me, and I think for him as well.
He last played for the Horizon High School Hawks as a junior in high school. He's making his professional debut tonight. He'll have a baseball reference page. Aaron told me he features a mid-70s fastball, a hit-or-miss curve, a wipeout slider with 2 inches of break. And Aaron told me he is sure to give Grand Junction a challenge tonight. So this will be fun. Presley Greer flips Aaron the rosin bag. Are you excited?
I'm very excited.
The first pitch to Damon Maynard from the windup is in the dirt at 6:36. Got to be some nerves out there. See a little movement of the arm. But he does look good in the Vibes uniform.
Yes, he does.
Ground ball. Joe Encarnacion. The throw to first. In time. And there's one away in the first. What a great play by Joe Encarnacion.
Absolutely.
So how was Aaron in high school as a baseball player? Can you remember?
Oh, gosh, that feels like forever ago. Still looks just as good in the uniform, if nothing else.
Lights are on here. Here's Casey Petersen. Well, Petersen is batting .360, 14 home runs, and 75 RBI. So a challenge for Aaron here in the first. Outside for ball 1. Did he give you any insight into what his plan of attack today was? Was he talking about this all night, all day?
All he told me was that he was very excited, so I don't know any sort of insider strategy, if that's what you're alluding to.
Look at this, though. 4 pitches and 2 outs for Aaron. And this is getting this press box fired up. Now Colin Gordon. Aaron's ready to go. from the windup. The first pitch toward right center, and there's a base hit. So Gordon gets on, and Aaron allows his first hit. So it won't be a 1-2-3 first inning. And now here is Jimmy Dobrash, not Joe Johnson. So Dobrash will bat. Dobrash is a pitcher. I don't know if he's playing first base or what, but he's in there. So it's a pitcher versus an assistant GM. And look at that stance from Dobrash. 1-0. Does he know? Do you know if he has any other family here tonight watching this?
Not in the stadium,
Okay.
but I know his mom is probably watching on TV, so.
Okay. We have shout-outs to give then? Do we have any shout-outs to give, Em? Do you have any shout-outs to give on the air?
I would just say that I'm really proud of Aaron and that I'm really excited.
All right. 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Aaron looking for the strikeout. That's inside. 2-2. At first is Gordon, who singled. Aaron is set. The kick, the pitch, broken bat liner over Michaels. The pitch was at 75 miles an hour. The inning continues. So close.
I gotta admit, this all feels very nostalgic.
So you went to Horizon High School as well? Is that right?
Yes, that's where Aaron and I met.
Okay. How big is Horizon High School? Because I'm not a Colorado native. I don't know. I know where Thornton is. I don't know much about it.
I would say it's probably like your run-of-the-mill average.
Two men on for Michael Townsend, another pitcher. So it called strike one. So the lineup I gave you earlier is not correct. A check to second. The pitch to the plate is in the dirt. He certainly looks like he knows what he's doing out there.
Maybe just a little.
He's got the game face on, too. I'm looking through the binoculars.
What a well-rounded staff member. He can play, he can manage. Is there anything this man can't do?
Get me attendance figures in a proper time.
Oof.
Oof.
I'll bring it to the big man.
He got it to me before last night's game was over, which was a big win. But I know he was in his office all game last night because it was too cold out here.
Yes, very chilly, very similar to tonight.
Mike Annone going back, and that's going to fall for a base hit, and that's super unlucky. That's some weak contact, and it's going to end up as a base hit. Now Jordan Fitzpatrick. And again, my lineup card is all messed up, so we're going to just go as we go here. Fitzpatrick fouls this away. So it's a single for Gordon, Dobrash, and Townsend. And it's 1-0 Grand Junction. Aaron got the first two out, has allowed 3 straight singles, but the last one just a pure Texas leaguer. That one's deep to left. And that one is going to fall fair. And this one's going to mean runs. It's going to be a double for Fitzpatrick. And I'm guessing Fitzpatrick's playing left field. We'll see. And now Jake Cruz. And here comes Dan Ortiz to try to settle down Aaron on the mound.
Dan the man.
So you were here last year. What were some of your? How many years were you with Vibes? Just last year?
Just as an intern.
Okay, but were you doing some merchandising stuff last year, right?
I did a little bit of helping out, tagging, a little bit of training, but nothing permanent.
All right. Dan says, "Go get 'em, boys." It's going to be Jake Cruz. And I know on the field last year wasn't so great, but how did you like your time here when you were here?
I loved it. It was great to reconnect with Aaron on a personal and professional level. I learned a lot. He gave me a lot of skills that I took into other jobs after this one, and it was a really great experience. I know nothing about baseball, believe it or not, but it really wasn't a need for the job, and so it was great. We met in the middle with a little bit of his baseball knowledge and my merch knowledge and made some magic happen.
1-1 to Cruz. Dallas Gardner checking in, saying that he is tuning in for the live stream. Let's go, AG. Well, Aaron's got terribly unlucky here. He got the first 2 outs and then 3 straight singles. The last single by Townsend, I mean, that was fair. It was a pop-up, maybe fair by an inch. The 1-1. That's fouled away, 1-2.
So, Tyler, if you had to sum up this season in one word, what word would you choose?
Belief. I think belief would be the word because this team, the team we were seeing tonight, that hits Cruz on a 1-2 pitch. And the bases are loaded. And now it'll be Alex Nielsen. This team in the earlier part of the season, I mean, the clubhouse, they showed so much belief. They really thought that they had something. Nielsen is not a left-handed hitter, but he'll bat left-handed here. And they almost actually made something of this. Aaron's at 21 pitches. Ground ball. Cantu on the backhand. He flips to second for the outs. And Aaron Griffith will walk off the mound. Overall, not so bad, Em, in that first inning.
Not so bad.
All right. We'll take a break. We'll come back for the bottom of the first in a 2-0 Grand Junction lead on Vibes TV.
As one of our last items of the game here at UC Health Park for this season, we have our Rocky Mountain Vibes pennant right now. So get this, hang it in your office, in your man cave, at your house. We're giving you 10% off just today. So go grab it, 10% off right in our General S'more store, right down the third base line. This Rocky Mountain Vibes pennant, hanging up all over the house, especially in that man cave. Get it today, 10% off. In that General S'more store. You know what time it is. Let's go, Vibes!
Welcome back to UC Health Park. In a bit of a crazy game we're going to see today. We'll see how many innings we get in. At the moment, it's 2-0. The Rockies lead. Hansen to face Jonah Durand, who is not a pitcher. outside at 84. He's a catcher, so he's got a good arm. The defense behind him is Fitzpatrick in left, Popa in center, Cruz in right. At least I hope that's correct, because the original lineup I had was anything but correct, so we'll see if that remains. It was supposed to be Young at third, Gordon at short, Nielsen at second. Ground ball towards short. Gordon will throw to first. He'll throw high, and that's a base hit. So Hansen has a single. I've got number 8 at first, so that's Jacob Cruz. Listen, folks, I don't think I'm going to have the defense for you today. I'll tell you who's at bat. Tyler Petersen and M. Pruitt, who is Aaron Griffith's girlfriend, former Vibes employee. Good to have you in the booth.
Thank you. Very happy to be here.
Joe Encarnacion is not a left-handed hitter, but he'll bat left-handed here. And he'll smack one to right center field. That's down for a hit, and this could be runs. They're going to send Hansen. Dan's sending him. Hansen better hurry. No throw in. It's an RBI double for Joe Encarnacion. And it might have the feeling more of a charity game, but it's still Pioneer League baseball, 2-1. Makes me want to go up there and get in a bat myself.
Why not?
Here's Ulysses Cantu, who will also swing left-handed, even though he is a right-handed hitter. 2-1.
So, Tyler, how are you feeling about it being the last game of the season?
You know, it's funny. The last 2 days we've been reminiscing on the broadcast about, favorite memories and just sort of what we've seen this season, which has been a lot. And Cantu fouls this away. I mean, it's certainly been interesting. It sort of feels like 3 separate seasons in itself. There was the start of the year with sort of the full Monclova roster, then the changeover. And the changeover period itself sort of felt like a separate period in itself. And then when this team sort of established itself and was playing really, really good baseball, that was sort of like the 3rd year. So Cantu stays alive. Going through sort of those emotions and all the changeover, it felt long, but the season as a whole actually has felt quite short. From a personal perspective, it's different for me because I didn't travel on the road this year, which really takes it out of you. Down the left field line, over as a left fielder, and that'll fall in the bullpen. So the 48 home games versus the 96 overall, it feels a little bit shorter, but certainly I've loved working here. I've loved working with the people here. I've been given such amazing equipment to work with, and I've got Kevin back in our studios who is directing this show today. I've got camera operators. This will be a ground out that gets Encarnacion to third. So it's been great for me. I love the town, too.
I was going to say, this is not your first year in Pioneer baseball, correct?
That is correct. This is my technically 3rd year.
So you're a pro.
It's a nice way to put it. Thank you. Here's Mike None. It's Colorado Proud Day. We've got the Springs logo behind home plate and the Colorado flag.
As a Colorado native, I'm very excited that it's Colorado night.
Tell me a little bit about your favorite things about this state. Because like you said, you're a little bit of a two-stater.
I am. I'm a Colorado native, but I'm an honorary Texas resident. I have family there. So what I really love about Colorado, though, is the seasons.
Mike None will get something he didn't get last night, a sacrifice fly, as Joe comes in to score. Dan was setting Joe no matter what. It's a tied ball game. So Aaron is now off the hook for the loss at the moment. I will say, like, the local area has been great because I got to check out Garden of the Gods. I got to drive up Pikes Peak, which was a little bit treacherous, but I got to do it. It's a cool area that even though it's, it's a really big. Actually, it's the biggest city in the Pioneer League now I think about it. But it's like just small enough to not feel like a big city.
I feel like it's got small town vibes, but enough to do. Yeah, Colorado Springs has been great. Aaron and I have been living here about a year and a half now. I went to college in Fort Collins, so it's a little rainier here.
Now, I know technically since he went to UCCS, he's not a Boulder guy, but Is there a little rivalry between CSU and CU in the household?
Oh, absolutely.
That's the third out of the inning. All right, we're going to see whether Aaron comes back out for another inning. Oh, yeah. Oh, he's coming out for another one. It's 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and no one left on base. A tie game after 1. We head to the second on Vibes TV. Welcome back to the ball game. This is Tyler Petersen, another pitcher who is hitting against Aaron Griffith out for his second inning. And he is just getting warm, folks. Look at that. I don't know if he's got more than 60 pitches in him, but we'll see. Swing and a miss. Tyler Petersen and M. Pruitt with you in this broadcast booth. Thanks for joining us on sort of a fun final day. From the windup, the pitch, it's down low. Your umpires for tonight, I know Tony Prater is at first. I believe Rob Minter is at Tony Prater behind the plate. I believe Rob Minter is at first and Greg Expolius at third. 1 and 2's outside again. Dusty Baird starting to warm in that Vibes bullpen. Just some pitching and catching. 2 and 2 to Tyler Petersen. And he got him. He got him. It's a strikeout for Aaron Griffith. His first professional strikeout. So how about that? Save that baseball. I think you're going to see that baseball at home later tonight.
We better.
All right, I want to embarrass him a little bit because he signed himself to a contract. He's having fun out there.
Absolutely.
That's toward Joe Encarnacion. It's picked up. It's thrown to first in time. Another 5-3 for Maynard. Tell me a little bit about Aaron. Tell me any good stories about Aaron we can tell on the air. I don't know.
Let me think about that for a second.
Any quirks he has that we want to tell on the air?
I would say Aaron's really kind of your all-American guy. Played baseball growing up. Really, let me think about that. I know deep down I got a story for you.
Okay. This is Izzy Fuentes now batting for Casey Petersen. Looks at a strike.
Maybe I don't have so much of an embarrassing story, but one that'll really pull on your heartstrings.
Okay.
So Aaron and I went to high school together, as you know. This boy waited 6.5 years for me to come back around. So maybe he's a lovesick puppy.
Oh, it hits him in the leg. Can he stay with the play? Not quite. It got him in a meaty part. He's saying, don't come out, Emily. That's Emily Weaver, the trainer. Better the leg than other things. We got Tony Prater talking. We got Emily coming out. This is all one big sort of theatrical show. So for 2 straight innings, he gets 2 outs to begin the inning and then allows a single.
Oh, sweetheart, rub some dirt on it.
This is why I brought you up here. This is good television. All right, 2 outs. All right, who do we got at the plate now? Now it'll be Galen Young hitting for Colin Gordon. I think they're just going to unload the whole roster today.
Do you know about Aaron's obsession with clothes?
No, let's talk about that.
This man has more clothes than most women do.
Oh, he was telling me about the Lululemon ABC pants last night.
I am guilty of getting him onto that train, but
Now, I have heard from many of my colleagues that those are to die for.
those are very nice pants. And I will say, I started it with 1 pair, but he has quickly accumulated at least 12 to 13 pairs. So, but before we moved in together, he had 2 full closets full of shoes and clothes. I was actually amazed that a man had this many articles of clothing.
Are we talking like high tops, dress shoes? What are we talking?
We're talking everything. It's a department store in there.
How about a line out and he goes 4 up, 3 down in the second. No runs, no hits, no errors, a man left on base. We're going to take a break, go to the second. Aaron, he might be done as he walks off the mound. I think he is done. I think he's had his 2 innings in the sun.
He did great, and I'm very proud of him.
You got a good smile on your face right now. I can see you are proud of him.
Yes.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back for the bottom of the second on Vibes TV. Nick Michaels batting left-handed. Flies out to right. Well, Aaron Griffith, he might be done. We want to thank M. Pruitt for coming on and try to pull a couple embarrassing stories out. Here's Seth Davis. It's that to center. It's deep. Center fielder going back. He makes the catch. And again, I have no idea who's in what position because there's pretty much a pitcher at every position, and they've all switched around from the original lineup. So here's Josh Glenn. Looks like Dusty Baird will come into this game now. He is warming up in that bullpen. And the Rockies are saying, hey, left side, man. I wouldn't know how to swing a bat left-handed, and everyone's getting a pretty good laugh over this. This is the height of independent baseball right here. A catcher throwing to a catcher who doesn't bat left-handed. Oh, he puts down the bunt. That's the third out of the inning. We'll take a break, come back in the third. A 2-2 game on Vibes TV. Usually I say it's the Miguel Pozo show, but today it's going to be the Aaron Griffith show, who goes back out for his third inning of work. He'll face Jimmy Dobrash, Michael Townsend, and Jordan Fitzpatrick. Can I activate myself? Can we activate Jake Bear, Donnie Bailey? I'm sure a few of us want to get some swings in if we can. Jimmy Dobrash swings and taps this foul. This pitch is low. Oh, 0-2. Aaron has a strikeout. Ground ball, and that's a base hit for Jimmy Dobrash. So Dobrash has gotten Aaron twice. That'll bring up Townsend. Again, it's sort of a fun game we're having today, folks. It's the end of a long season, and there is such a thing as a marketing player in the league, which is why we are where we are today. Although Dusty Baird is getting warm. I am now very pleased to be joined by a couple of guests in my booth. Jen from Donate Life Colorado. Or excuse me, Cheryl from Donate Life Colorado. Jen. Brooke. Well, you've been very unhelpful, Kay, with these names. Let's do it this way. I would love for you to introduce yourself to me.
Hi, my name is Brooke Hill, and I am a living kidney donor.
Thank you for joining us. Brooke and Cheryl, nice to meet you as well. You are with Donate Life Colorado.
Yes, I am.
And the Rocky Mountain Vibes would like to remind you that we are proud to partner with Donate Life Colorado to help raise awareness for nearly 1,500 Coloradans who are waiting for a life-saving organ transplant. You can be someone's hero by saying yes to organ, eye, and tissue donation when you are at the driver's license office or online at donatelifecolorado.org. Anyone can register, regardless of age or health. Remember to talk to your family about organ, eye, and tissue donation. Just one heroic choice can save and heal lives. Donate Life Colorado. Well, Cheryl, I welcome you to the broadcast. Thank you so much for coming by. I know you guys are sponsoring tonight. I'd like to know, because, everyone, I got a little pink dot on my driver's license, and it's something you can do quite easily. You might not even think about it, but what is the need still? How big is the need?
So the need is great. Thanks so much by the way, thanks so much for having us here today.
Absolutely.
And I'm so excited to talk a little bit about what we do at Donor Alliance and at Donate Life Colorado. One person can save and heal the lives of more than 75 people, and the need is so great. Here in Colorado alone, we have 1,500 people awaiting life-saving transplants. Nationwide, we have 108,000
Wow.
people who are on the transplant list today.
Wow.
So it is a real big need, and there's always the possibility that they have to make sure they can get their kidney or their liver in time. So hopefully everybody can register and be a donor.
Now, Brooke, you are one who was able to receive a kidney.
No,
Excuse
I
me.
donated.
Oh,
I'm
you
a
donated.
living-
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Well, you were able to donate.
Yes.
And was that sort of a certain situation out of necessity?
I donated to my brother-in-law.
Oh,
yes.
perfect.
So it was family. It was his second kidney donation. He's had 2 kidney transplants. So yes, it was. He had waited 4 years on the list and just couldn't wait any longer.
I actually had a friend of mine from high school who was a recipient of a life-saving kidney donation. So I know how important the process is, how important it is to be part of the organization. And how easy is it, if I could ask you, actually both of you, because you've gone through the process yourself, how easy is that? Do you have to be sort of a match? Because I know different parts of the body require different sorts of a match.
So it's your blood type.
Okay.
So we were the same blood type. And then they basically, for at least a living donation, they would put our blood together and make sure we just, the antigens didn't attack each other.
Okay.
So it was a great process. It's very easy.
And then Cheryl, for sort of the general public, like I said, the little pink dot people don't really even think about sometimes, but is it, just such a small choice can be so important to people. It's something that, you don't really want to think about, but something that, you'd rather do than not.
That's true. And we always talk about it as the heart conversation. So it's not the hard conversation. It's the heart conversation that we ask you to talk with your family about, because it's a decision like a living will almost. It is a prime directive, and so it gives that ability to say that this is my decision to be an organ donor. And think about Brooke. She did a wonderful thing. I mean, the transplant list, like I was saying before, is 108,000 in America.
Yeah.
And living donation makes up a part of that need. But deceased donation, which is what you have a little heart on your license, that heart will help. And that's 75% of donations come from deceased donors. For kidneys, it's the majority are coming from deceased donors as well.
Now, I have to cut you off there because we're going to an inning break, but can you stick around?
Absolutely.
Perfect. We'll be back with Cheryl and Brooke. We'll talk more about donating life on the other side.
But don't worry if you need some help. These Vibe fans know their emojis. Landon, are you ready, dude?
Yeah.
He's ready. I can feel it inside. He's ready. All right, let's roll those emojis. Landon, what is that movie? Vibe fans, if you know it, shout it out. Let's help him out. What is that movie? What movie you think it is, man?
Frosty the Snowman?
He's going with Frosty the Snowman. Let's see if he's right. That axe is throwing me off. The Shining, man, that threw me off a little bit there. I had no clue as well, too. That was a tough one, man. But you know what? We'll still get you hooked up because I was lost, they were lost, so that means that's a victory. Good job, buddy. All right, enjoy the rest of the game, man. We got more baseball for the last time this season. Come on, let's go, Vibes.
Welcome back to Vibes Baseball on Vibes TV as we continue sort of a crazy game as Ulysses Nunez will bat right-handed against Joe Johnson. a 2-2 ball game. Aaron Griffith struck out the side in the top of the third, did allow a single. But we are here with Brooke, who is a living donor, and Cheryl from Donate Life Colorado. We thank them so much for coming out to tonight's game. And what are events like this, how important are events like this for you, Cheryl, for getting the word out?
You know, they're very important. You know, we want to be able to be part of the community. And, you know, this is like helping your neighbors. So we're out in the community supporting our neighbors and helping to understand and educate and inspire people about donations. So this is our opportunity to get out there and just, you know, share the message about donation and registering as a donor.
This is hit out to left and out. Let me ask something. Are there any sort of outstanding misconceptions around organ donation, or are there things people just don't understand about the process?
There are a lot of myths that people have about donation. I think the biggest myth that people have is that they're going to not get the medical care when they go to the hospital or when they go or they're in the emergency room when they see a heart on their license. But that is everything but the truth. I mean, they will help and do everything to save lives, and that's the whole point about donation and transplantation is we're there to save lives.
And now I know we've had a little read. It was organ, eye, and tissue.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about each of the different ones, because, you know, the kidney and the liver, sort of maybe, at least I've heard of a little bit more, but eye donation or tissue donation is not necessarily something I'm familiar with.
Well, these are great questions. So, yeah, so 8 organs, there can be 8 organ transplants. So heart, lung, kidney, pancreas, small intestines, and your liver. And so you can do 2 lungs and 2 kidneys. And that can save, like I said, up to 8 people. But with tissue, you can save and heal up to 75 people. For example, I'm a heart valve recipient. So I had I'm not only, as they say, like the commercials, I not only work there, I'm also a client as well. So yeah, I'm a heart valve recipient, and it saved my life because I went in with a little issue, and next thing you know, I'm in emergency surgery and having a heart valve replacement.
Well, that's very interesting. You might be in some good company, because I may need a heart valve in a few years.
Well,
so this process might be.
I'll give you my number and I'll tell you how it goes.
Give me the insider track to the heart valve.
Yeah.
No, I want to thank you guys for stopping by. We really do appreciate it. It's the end of the inning. Cheryl, thank you so much for stopping by. Brooke, thank you so much for stopping by. If people want to find you, what's the easiest way to find you?
DonateLifeColorado.org. That's DonateLifeColorado.org. And make sure you have that conversation with your family and discuss the importance of being an organ donor.
Okay, well, thank you so much for stopping by. We'll take a break. We'll head to the 4th on Vibes TV. Well, I've got more wild action for you tonight. We are done. This game is over at 7-16. The season is over. We've played 40 minutes. It's not enough to be an official game, and we are done. The field conditions are just not good enough. The baseball is not consequential. So that's it. We are done for the night. I didn't think we'd be doing it this early, but I will say it has been an absolute blast bringing you Vibes Baseball this year. I have been given so many resources by this team, and I have tried my hardest to give you all what I think to be a really good professional broadcast, something that this community deserves, and I was hoping I could give that to you this year, and I hope I have. I hope you've enjoyed these this year. I've had a wonderful team in Visual and Virch who have worked with us tirelessly all year, not only to put on great productions, but to work through technical difficulties, to create great graphics for us, and to be sounding boards, to brainstorm what is good, for a broadcast. And I now want to recognize all the directors we've had this year. Of course, tonight we are directed by Kevin Millard, but Gage Dana, Hayden Everhart, a camera operator, Enda Mangan, a camera operator, Joel, who's doing the cameras today, Scott Banky, Roxanne Anderson, John York, Zeke Sanders, Peter Thompson, Melina Nelson, Gavin Wappler, Emma Jean Hilleshim, Judith Drake, John Harrith, Josh Smith, Alex Steigers, Andrew Sexton, and Brendan Vesey. They've been with us all year for these 48 games, and they've done an outstanding job. I want to thank Christian, who also came in to spot for cameras. I want to thank Dylan, who came in to spot for cameras. Our press box operations staff, Sabrina and Cassie, who have run our promotions. Cliff Cage. I want to thank all you guys, our viewers as well, who have stuck with us through this season. The baseball wasn't always the best, but at the end, it sure was darn exciting. And that's what we're about, and hopefully we can bring you more of that next year. So for now, until Vibes Baseball comes back in 2023, we will end this broadcast 40 minutes in to this ball game at 7-16. It won't end in a 2-2 tie because it's not an official ball game. It'll just go down as sort of a nothing, I believe. But that's all right. Weather did not cooperate today, but we did have a good little bit of fun out there on the field. So I thank you so much for hanging out with me this year. I might be back next year. I might not. We'll see. I haven't been told one way or another, and it'll be a long time from now. But I had a lot of fun, and I'd love to be back with you next year. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. So I invite you to have a good rest of your Saturday evening and have a good off season.